Three times third and second in National League. I've made the drift even with you. I feel the drift. You catch my drift? Hmm? Do you catch my drift? There we go. Saw what I did there? Guess where it's coming out. Oh shit. I powered it and he powered it before it came out. So this it was supply blocked. So it was never gonna come out. Shit. It was supply blocked. Okay, so yeah, so you're just trying to wall this out, keep the gateway from making the stalker outside. So you always keep an eye on the cybernetics core. Whenever you're doing cannon rushes, this is the one thing you want to keep your eye on, is the cybernetics core. It gives me the timer of when I should start worrying about blocking the gateways, because once the cyb is up, I'm like, oh shoot. If the cyb is getting up, I'm like, okay, I got time. I'm only dealing with zealots and probes here for now. And then boom, all of a sudden a cybernetics core comes up, I'm instantly trying to just get that aggressive cannon intro, you know. Now in this case right here, he makes a gateway right here, pylon gateway. Now this is a good way. This is a really good way for you to build your first gateway and the two gateways right here and create the gap, because he's scouting now. He's scouting for the cheese. Take off. All right, so I'm coming in, you know, as a you don't know what you're seeing, and this is the thing. When you cannon rush a lot, and you do it in different ways, you start finding opportunities, different strategies to cannon rush. So you kind of just go in there not knowing what you're gonna run into, but once you see it, because there's only so many different ways that people build in the front, you're just gonna understand which door it is. Oh, door number 1, 2, or 3 when you go up there. Oh, that's number 3, let's do this. Oh, that's number 2, let's do this. Oh, that's number 1, let's do this. Based on where that gateway is at, where the pylon is at, and you know, right here. Okay, this one's a different one. This one's a hard one because he didn't put it right here. So we can't make we can't create a wall right here, right? We can't force a wall right here, because then we'd have to make a pylon, more pylons, and I don't have the resources right now to do that. So you got to go for plan B, which is this area right here, a 3 pylon wall. Now, as you can see, he's already thinking you're going over here. Oh no, he's not. He's getting a second gateway is what he's getting. That looks normal. He doesn't understand what I'm doing yet. Now he kind of goes, okay, he might be cannon rushing me. Alright, so he goes straight to the spot and holds position. Right? He holds position. That's what you should do. So this is the area that he's going to focus on. So now we're going to cancel these in a second and use that resource to wall this off, since we know that he got this one up already. Now this one's going to get canceled potentially. Right? Okay, now we got this wall. We got a zealot to worry about. Right? We got a zealot to worry about. Remember when that gateway starts lighting up. Because if you can remember how long it takes more or less a zealot to pop out, just catching on when that gateway starts lighting up kind of gives you an idea of more or less when you should be doing something or blocking. Now in this case, he has a gateway right here. It's the only thing that leads him in. The only problem is that I already know that he can cancel that gateway and then get inside. I already know that. So that's why I'm over here in this area, because I'm waiting for him to cancel that gateway. Now here, I make a pylon. The reason why I make a pylon is because the zealot right here, I'm not sure how long it's going to take, but I'm going to only create a little gap right here. I'm going to create a little gap. And now I'm waiting for him to cancel. All I'm waiting for is for him to cancel. There he goes. He cancels it. I was trying to wall this part off, but he didn't let me. So I went to the second one, which is this one. I wanted to do this one because then I can get a gateway right here and it'll be a complete wall. Right? An L wall. Walling the zealot out. But in this case, because he was in my way, I made this wall. And so now in this situation, because this wall is opening up the gateway, what we need to do is we got to get a gateway over here and wall it off just like he had it. Alright, so now again, remember what we were doing in the first part when we had his gateway using it. We're gonna create this we're gonna keep this spot occupied, because that's why we put a pylon here. We put a pylon right here to keep it occupied so that he only has an outside direction to go. So now my probe is here. Now I could make a cannon right now, but I'm like, I don't know when the zealot's coming out. It should come out soon, but I don't know. And the last thing I need to do is get out of my post, because my post right now is put him right here so that this zealot has to kick out outside somewhere else. Right, so there he goes. Boom, he got kicked out over here. So he got kicked out to the bottom. And then my probe gets the cannon now. I was like, okay, you're out. Now in this situation, I'm trying to figure out how I should get out. Right? I could get out by canceling this cannon and making it right here. Or I see this area right here, so I go down here. So now I'm inside, right? Now I'm inside. He didn't expect me to be inside. My timer to be inside wasn't right now. It wasn't like to get in there right now, because you weren't supposed to be slipping inside without taking out a cannon, a pylon, right? So he has time to get the stalker out. And once the stalker's out, then he's able to take all this down eventually. So now we got to deal with the stalker timing. Now say the stalker is right now. Now we just have to wall this part out. And once we do, this cannon right here will take care of the stalker. So we go for our first wall. Now we have this problem right here. There's a probe right here. So we got to wall it off. We can't make that spot a complete wall. He actually left, but even if he didn't leave, I said I needed a gateway so I can wall it off completely. I was thinking about a pylon, but that would have been too. He might have been able to slip out. So that right there creates a nice little pocket right here, which would have the gateway most likely will pop the stalker out right here. I don't think he'll pop it outside. And now, because he doesn't have a gateway, even if he has a cybernetics core, there's nothing to deny you from getting your cannons up to his base. Alright, what? Watching this channel is killing my Zerg? What do you mean? Okay, man, what do you mean? How is it killing your Zerg? Right there. Oh, you're talking about the zealot in the bottom? He's lonely, trying to get out, or trying to get in. Poor zealot. I think about everybody. Hotbox hero. Sorry, buddy. It's the same player. I lost these easy earlier because I was trying to cheat and messed up my macro. Ah, yeah, it's exploring. So you got it's the exploring stage. You have to just accept it. So what you do is you go unranked, or you have a ADS name where you don't have to worry about your ego getting like sensitive about the losses. You gotta, you know, give yourself like an alter ego. Let's see. Oh shit. Speed lane rush to plat? Yeah. I would say if you could do that and then you go back and you try to do it with roaches, and then without that try to do it with only like something with lurkers or something. You know, you always want to not just go for the simplest, but challenge yourself. This guy got I don't think he's liking me at all. He again right there, pylon gateway, really good spot. But you know what? He's like, this mother effer. He's like, I created my pylon and my gateway so that you can't cannon rush me, and this mofo just does it with, you know, with ease. It's like, replay because I shouldn't. Okay, well on Saturday we'll do nothing but casting games for sure. We'll get all the games that you guys want through. Alright, right here, he made a big mistake not going back inside and walling this off. So what happens here is when I there's a few different ways to do this. All right, let's go to science school. Okay, so we got this guy right here and this guy, and they're going after this probe, right? So the probe right here has a different, you know, you kind of have, you're like, okay, I need to get it inside here. I need to go back inside here. And how do you do it, right? So by going for the mechanics, you can try to go like around back over here. You can go straight here, or you can kind of try to like do a zigzag or something around the top in here. I would say the best one is going to be always the middle one, the one straight shot. The reason why the straight shot is very important is because whenever you do the round one, well, what you're doing is you're giving this probe and this probe an angle to meet you even closer, right? So that means when you do the little round, they're going to get even closer to you. So now that they're closer to you, it's harder to make a pylon, let alone two pylons to make the wall, right? So because that's going to create a closer distance by doing a roundhouse, because nobody's attacking nobody and you're trying to avoid getting damage, the best way, like I said, is going straight down the middle. The reason why going straight down the middle works is because whenever a probe gets in contact with you, right here, they're gonna zap you, right? So he's gonna zap you, and what happens is whenever they zap you, they actually stop what they're doing and zap you, so they actually lose like a second of walking time. So that's going to actually give you even more distance than you had already. And same thing with this one. This one's going to want to zap you again. And when they zap you, now this one's going to have distance, and that's going to give you this distance to make the pylon and the secondary pylon, because you need two pylons. Yeah, so if we look at this, there he goes. I got hit by one. I'm waiting for this one to get me. I'm like, hit me, right? And then boom, okay, I got the hit. Now I go straight. I go straight over here. I'm like, cool. Now the reason why I went for an angle in this situation is because This was my plan right here for this particular. Now you notice how you don't want to go like this, right? So what I did is I went like this, kind of like a little weird angle to try to make sure both of them hit me. Like it's not a straight shot technically because they're gonna, but it's kind of like a straight shot because you're forcing them to hit you, versus the roundhouse. You know, you just go roundabout. If you roundabout, it's not good. If you let them hit you, that means you got enough distance right here where you need it. And the reason why I wanted to go this angle is because I need to make a pylon here, have them follow me so that when my probe goes up here, the probes have to follow behind me, which allows me that second pylon a little behind. So, you know, you have to come from an angle to try to do this play right here, to do it smoothly. But you can't do it just with the round curve. You got to make sure these probes hit you. Make sure these probes hit you. Boom, there it goes. Hit you twice. Gave you distance. Boom, pylon gets put in. Right? So, look at it again. Now that you understand what's going on. Boom, right there, blocked. Alright. Oh, he got me. Alright, now it's time to do that move. Boom, boom. Boom. What's that? Block. Now we gotta deal with this gateway, right? We gotta wall this off. What do? We're gonna make a gateway because the gateway will do just the same amount, but we'll have a gateway at the same time. We'll be able to get a zealot out. And then we've got the cannon right here. Now, this right here, right. Alright, so now we got a cannon right here, a gateway right here. We got a pylon that's almost gonna turn into a pylon, right? They're almost constructing. If we do that, then we can't get out. You know, I mean, we can try to get out, but this one's kind of harder. The way the setup is to put, you know, put something to slide out. So what we have to do is we got a wall. We have this cannon to protect, and we can protect it with just pylon right here. So we cancel this pylon. We allow the entry. The entry is not going to go anywhere anyways, and this pylon is going to come up so that we can cancel it. This zealot got stuck in the middle, right? And all I need is just enough time for that to go up. Now that I'm here, I make a cannon, and then I'm outside. I go back inside, I mineral walk, and then I pylon block. Make a pylon right here in distance to the cannons right here. Make sure this one's coming up. The next one will be right here, and then you'll be good. Here, either one. And there you go. Now you always want to check what these are. You want to make sure if it's a robo or if it's a gateway. By any chance, if it's a robo, just start packing it down with cannons. Just pack it down with cannons. Make sure you're getting a gas too, though. You get a gas, a cybernetics core, because you're getting because you got a gateway, right? You got that gateway already, so you get a cybernetics core, you get a gas, and you do a, you know, you switch it to like stalkers. If he comes at you or so, or you go straight void raid and just try to beat him with the void raid because his base is done too, and all he has is like a robot, you know. So yeah, that's